on the air. You're watching the next generation of news. 23 News at 6 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to 23 News at 6. I'm Mike Garrigan.
And I'm Whitney Martin. Thanks for taking the time to watch us tonight. A major construction project in downtown Rockford is moving forward as a new business goes into downtown.
Coming up, we will talk live with the events manager of the Prairie Street Brew House for an update on the redevelopment project. But first, we are continuing to follow breaking news we first told you about tonight on 23 News at 5. Loves Park Police and bomb squads remain on the scene near Hope and Anchor Pub and Restaurant, where some homes and businesses have been evacuated.
Yeah, this is a story that we were first to tell you about on our Facebook page, and we are continuing to post information there. 23 News reporter Shannon Smith joins us live right now with the very latest. Shannon.
Well, Mike and Whitney, bomb squads just sent in a robot to look for a suspicious package inside Hope and Anchor Pub. Now, no threats have been made at this point. However, officers have a man in custody. Loves Park Police Chief Jim Puckett says this man is only a person of interest at this point. I'm told he is a frequent customer at Hope and Anchor Pub, and that so much so customers have had a few issues with him in the past. Now, I spoke with a woman who actually works at the building right next door to Hope and Anchor, and she says that she is very much so impressed with the police presence.
They're taking this very seriously. And then after hearing from the young ladies that work at Hope and Anchor, I realized, yeah, this isn't something that's just a kind of a passing thing. If this is someone that they've had difficulty with in the past, very serious difficulty with in the past, they recognized him, he was on site, and obviously was up to something.
Once again, no threat has been made, and they do have a man in custody, and pretty much the streets along North 2nd Street are blocked off between Beach and Pearl Avenue, and they will be that way until police get the all clear. So if you do live in the area, it is better to kind of stay away, because if your home is close to Hope and Anchor, they will be probably evacuating those homes just to keep it clear until police have the okay. But I will have the latest for you at 10 tonight, live in Loves Park. Shannon Smith, 23 News. Back to you.
All right, and that usually is a busy stretch of road, so some commuting headaches for sure.
Yeah.
But better safe than sorry.
Yeah, and if you're trying to get home, if you live in that area, you're told right now just to stay away. Right now, those evacuations will continue. Well, meantime, another story that we are following tonight. We're learning more about what happened to the two people found dead in a Polo home on Monday.
The Ogle County Sheriff's Department is calling their deaths an apparent murder-suicide. Police have identified the victims as 73-year-old Marceline Jones, who lived in the home where the bodies were found, and also 76-year-old Paul Busser Jr. Police say Busser entered Jones' home, shot her, and then hanged and shot himself. Police are still trying to figure out what triggered the deadly shooting at the Washington Navy Yard, and tonight we are learning more about the suspected shooter.
Yeah, 34-year-old Aaron Alexis stopped by this Virginia gun shop to rent a rifle, buy bullets 2 days before allegedly killing 12 people at the Navy Yard. The former reservist had recently undergone treatment, saying he was hearing voices. However, despite his mental problems, he still had full security clearance to work as a defense contractor right at that same location. Alexis was arrested back in 2004 for shooting a man's tire, and again in 2010 for firing a gun at the ceiling at his apartment. Meantime, a new lease on life for a downtown landmark. We're going to have that story coming up.
But first, meteorologist Brian Dukes joins us from the 23 Storm Team Weather Lab. After a long stretch of sun, it looks like the clouds are coming.
Yeah, all good things must come to an end, and the clouds are moving in. The rain is not far behind it. In fact, already picking up a few sprinkles on Max Storm Tracker, but that's really about it. And a lot of this not really reaching the ground. Still a lot of dry air around the area, but as we head into the overnight hours, I do expect this to fill in some, especially as we head into tomorrow morning. But again, plenty of cloud cover and a sprinkle or two as we head through the next few hours, not out of the question. Better rain chances as we head into tomorrow morning. Let's track things hour by hour here. By 7, 66 down to 63 by 8, and really staying in the lower to middle 60s as we head towards 10 o'clock. So the cloud cover keeping us warmer, but again bringing some rain chances. We'll detail when the rain finally moves out and a very fall-like weekend, all coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Brian. Well, after more than 40 years in Rockford, a regional engineering company moves into a historic building in downtown.
3.
A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held this afternoon for Fair Graham's new office in the redeveloped Prairie Street Brew House. The company is the first business to move into the downtown landmark, which is undergoing a major renovation project, as you well know. The building first opened in the 1850s as the Peacock Brewery. It's now being redeveloped into an apartment complex along with office, retail, and restaurant space. Now, to get an update on the redevelopment project is Rachel Pennell, who is the Prairie Street Brewhouse events manager. Thanks for joining us, Rachel.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
So Rachel, tell us a little bit about this project. For those who don't know about it, what's going in?
We have 10 lofts that are coming to the space. We have 3 offices as well as a brew pub and restaurant, and then we also run our event facility.
Now, you mentioned, Rachel, all of this coming in, and we've heard a lot of positive outlooks on different buildings elsewhere. What makes you so confident that this is all going to come to fruition?
Well, we already have our office tenants moved in. We have 2 of our lofts rented, 8 more still available. Our brew pub is scheduled here to open in the next month or so for some special events, and then full-time in the spring of 2014.
And of course, the big question a lot of people want to know, where is this money coming from? How are we able to do this? Because as Mike mentioned, we hear about these proposals a lot of times at City Council, and we don't get to hear about them at the end.
Sure. It's coming through some private funding as well as through the state historical tax credits.
Now, Erin Wilson last week gave us a little glimpse of these lofts, and they're pretty impressive with a great view, but they are $1,900. Who are you trying to market this towards, and do you think you'll get these sold?
Yeah, well, we're renting for the first 5 years. We're marketing towards people that want to live in a vibrant and urban development area, and we're looking to bring some action to downtown Rockford.
Okay.
Okay, right. We wish you the best of luck. It really is very scenic over there, and we hope all of this comes to fruition.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Thanks, Rachel.
Well, for the first time in 6 years, the number of people in poverty didn't increase, but it also didn't decrease either. Here's tonight's Money Watch. 15% of Americans are living in poverty. The Census Bureau's annual report also shows that the average income was $51,000 last year, about where it was in 2011. And more than 15% of Americans do not have health insurance coverage. The first addition to the Boeing Dreamliner family made its maiden voyage today. The 787-9 flew from Everett, Washington to Seattle. There are 388 firm orders for the 787-9. That accounts for 40% of all 787 orders. And video game enthusiasts lined up today for a chance to buy Grand Theft Auto 5. It's the first new edition of the best-selling franchise in 5 years, and it's expected to generate more than $1.5 billion in sales. Now, on Wall Street, the Dow continues this rare September climb, picking up another 35 points or so today. We'll have the local numbers later in the newscast.
And here's a look at what we're working on for the 23 News update at 10. Not so sweet news for chocolate lovers. Tonight at 10, we're going to tell you why it may cost more to get our fix.
Plus, video gaming is bringing in a lot of money for the state of Illinois. Tonight at 10, we break down the numbers to find out how the cash is being spent here in the state line.
But still ahead on 23 News at 6 in tonight's Health Watch, doctors think they found a secret when it comes to aging gracefully. We'll explain next.